Hello there, I'm Brad Barton and welcome to 1.21 Geekawatts, an extremely low-tech look at the 1.21 most interesting stories in geek pop culture today. So the Entertainment Weekly summer preview issue has arrived, and look who's on the cover. Why, it's our friends from X-Men Days of Future Past. So inside there's a great article about the creation of the film and what might be up next for the comic book franchise. It sounds like 20th Century Fox has now seen the light in regards to creating mega franchises, and producer Lauren Schuler Donner is ready to jump in both feet first. In the article, she wish lists a few spin-off films that she'd like to see, including X-Force, that is a secondary team of mutant hero characters, some of which actually do appear in Days of Future Past. 2 is Deadpool. He is a super popular character in the comics, who was played by Ryan Reynolds in the X-Men Origins Wolverine film, this solo film has been rumored for forever, so hopefully we'll finally see this happen. 3, Gambit. He was played by Taylor Kitsch in X-Men Origins Wolverine. If Donner got her way, Channing Tatum would play him in a solo film. And finally, number 4 is Mystique, if for no other reason than she's being played by Oscar winner and box office powerhouse Jennifer Lawrence. It is not a mistake that she is front and center on a magazine cover, for crying out loud. If you don't try to take advantage of that opportunity, Hollywood producer is perhaps not the right job for you. So let's see if we get any of these movies in the near future, shall we? If you are a sci-fi or a fantasy nerd who grew up in the 1980s, there's a fairly high chance that somewhere in a dusty corner of your childhood bedroom, you might have been able to find a He-Man or Skeletor action figure. Those, of course, were the main adversaries, the good guy and the bad guy of Masters of the Universe, the 1980s animated series, which spawned many a landfill of merchandised stuff in its wake. Sony has been working really hard to get a big screen version of Masters of the Universe off the ground, and it was announced yesterday that Jeff Wadlow, who was the writer and director of Kick-Ass 2, has been hired to rewrite the script in the hope of getting it a little bit further along. A director for the project has not yet been named. Wadlow may or may not end up with that gig, just as Dolph Lundgren, who starred in the 1987 film version of Masters of the Universe, may or may not end up with a part of Orko, He-Man's comic relief magician pal. I made up that last part. Shh. Alright, in the beloved Masters of the Universe mythology, He-Man had a sister who went on to have her own cartoon and toy line. For today's trivia question, I want you to name that sister. What's her name? The answer to yesterday's trivia question was the Disney MGM Studios, and nobody got this one right. Oh, sorry about that. Better luck this time, trivia friends. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. We've reached the end of another week, and I always appreciate the chance to nerd out with you on every day of that week. Hey, do me a favor and help spread the word and share these videos with a nerdy friend or subscribe to the channel. You can always reach out to me in the comments section and let me know how you think it's going, or give me story suggestions, or just say, hello, have a good weekend, Brad, because it's always nice to hear from you. You can reach out to me on Twitter. I am at BradBarton72, but otherwise, that is it for the week. Have a wonderful weekend, my friends, and I'll see you next week for another 1.21 Geekawatts. Bye-bye.